Hey healthy gamers, this is Jack here. We're going to be talking about the changes to the monk class in the patch 1.0.4. Before we get into that, I'm giving away a copy of Guild Wars 2 on August 24th. To be entered to win, all you have to do is follow me on social media, so Facebook, Twitter, or subscriber here, and then I will just randomly choose somebody from those people. So do all three, you'll have 3 chances to win. So you're going to see me dying a whole bunch of times in the beginning. I think this illustrates some of the problems right now in Diablo, but also it was a lot of my fault because I was trying out a new build with spirit per second and then crit, and it dropped my hit points down to 17k. The focus of the new patch for monks are spirit spenders. Specifically, they're buffing a lot of our spirit spenders so that they'll actually be used. For Exploding Palm, they're going to make it easier to tell which mobs have Exploding Palm on them from the visuals. It's pretty hard to tell before. And then they're also increasing the bleed effect from 3 seconds to 9 seconds. So right now it does 220% weapon damage over 3 seconds. In 1.0.4 it'll do 745% weapons damage over 9 seconds. And I could see some really cool kind of kiting builds coming out of this, where maybe you stack spirit per second, maybe life per second, and then you go in, do some damage, drop Exploding Palm on everybody, and then run away and let that dot tick down on them and explode. Blizzard is going to buff 7-sided strike. They said their intent was for the skill to be a solid damage dealer that you could use for quick burst and also giving you a brief period of invulnerability. But they say right now it feels like a cheapened version of Serenity, which is true, and just the cooldown on it is just too damn long for it to be useful. So they're going to just increase the damage of it so that hopefully it'll be worthwhile. I could see a build option for using, say, 7-sided strike along with Exploding Palm. What you could do is go in, dot everybody up, and then use 7-sided strike for a big burst, hopefully kill somebody and create some sort of big chain reaction. And if nothing else, you can then go back out and use your spirit per second and other things to regen your health and spirit while kiting, and then kind of go back in and do that same combo again. Blizzard is changing Wave of Light to do a lot more damage. Currently it does 215% weapons damage. In 1.0.4 it's going to do 390%, and that's just for the base skill. So Wall of Light, Explosion of Light, and Pillar of Ancients are also being buffed, they say by a fair amount, so we'll see what that means. What I could see with this change is kind of doing the same thing, maybe get 7-sided strike, get Wave of Light, take that passive where you can have 200 spirit, and then having a whole bunch of spirit regen. And so you would start off a fight by dropping as many of the pillars as you could, so like 3 or 4 pillars down in there, and then popping 7-sided strike and doing a whole bunch of damage, and then popping your Serenity for even more damage. And I could foresee with a nerf to elite health, I could see that combo just killing an elite pack straight out. They're not going to make any changes to passives. They say it's clear that one with everything is considered mandatory, and they don't like mandatory passives, but they're not going to change things right now. They are going to change buff Guardian's Path. The spirit regen is going to go from 25 to 35%, and I guess that'll be good, especially if combined with the changes they're making to two-handers, hopefully they'll be worth using, and then Guardian's Path will actually be pretty useful. So what you're seeing right now is I'm just playing around with a spirit per second build, trying to get some ideas for when the new patch releases. I can really see life per hit being not nearly as important for monks with this new patch. The reason we have to use life on hit right now is because we have to use our primary spirit generators to do any sort of damage. Our spirit dumps, like Wave of Light I'm using right here, just don't do enough for their spirit costs, so we have to constantly be generating spirit, constantly be hitting mobs with our primary attack to actually kill them. And so thus, in doing that, we need life on hit or we're just going to get demolished. So by having stronger spirit dumps like Wave of Light and 7-sided strike, things like that, is going to allow us to burst down mobs a lot faster, especially since they're reducing elite health by 10 to 25% as well. That's going to really let us burst mobs down, and if we can burst mobs down, we're not going to need the staying power of life on hit to keep us alive. And here's your healthy tip of this video. It is simply to relax. High and prolonged levels of cortisol in the bloodstream from chronic stress has been shown to impair your cognitive performance, suppresses your thyroid function, creates blood sugar imbalances, decreases bone density, decreases muscle tissue, increases high blood pressure, lowers your immunity, and increases abdominal fat. And all of those health effects can be avoided if you simply learn to calm down and relax. And meditating, or just simply sitting quietly, doing something that's that you really enjoy doing, like reading a good book or just sitting there quietly, can really help during the day. I like to meditate every morning, and that's why I stay so calm. Except for when I'm playing Act 3 with 17k hit points. That makes me want to kill things. Thanks for watching. Please show your support for healthy gaming by hitting like and subscribe, and sharing this via your social media and on the favorite forums that you visit. Thanks again, and hope you have a wonderful day.